of the tiger. In the future, we're still watching Rocky.
Welcome back, Space Cadets, to Hal Dave's Trip to Jupiter. Wait, how'd you do that?
I just... Hold it. Let me...
You have my lives already. You can't take more. Well, technically you can, but...
Oh, you just gotta press the shoulder buttons.
Oh, okay, that's what they do on this. I haven't played a two-player game of this for a long time.
So, we discovered a mechanic.
Yeah, so you can go to the secret area and get your power-ups, and then you can continue to Donut Plains 3 if
I'll do that, actually.
that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, it's really neat to complete this game. Because there's some secrets in this game. And this is the first Super Mario Bros. Game that had a save battery in it. So they actually let you save those secrets, so they're kind of more meaningful.
Fair. So let's do this. It's a time to go!
Let's go! Yeah, you know, it kind of... It sort of blew my mind, but I also kind of took it for granted that the original Zelda could save. But then when like other games started to actually be able to save too, it was special. And like I grew up playing a ton of... Oh, you're dead. Jump!
I tried.
Okay, so here's a tip. You can jump off Yoshi by pressing the A button.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty high jump when you do that. So if you find that you're about to die like that, hop off.
Okay.
Let Yoshi take the fall for you. Oh yeah, so Yoshi eggs will always yield extra lives.
So what's the button I do to get to hop off Yoshi?
A button.
A button.
Yeah, it's A button.
Just A button.
So like this.
Alright.
It's the same as the spin jump.
So, okay, so that's how you do the Yoshi sacrifice.
That's how you do the Yoshi sacrifice, man. Oh wait, I wanted the other thing. Yeah, sacrifice Yoshi for a greater good. Also, you can actually kind of like farm lives here just by going and getting the Yoshi egg when you already have Yoshi. Because they programmed it so you just can't have more than one Yoshi.
Fair. Like,
And we'll just grab this anyways. Get like 1,000 points out of it. Points, like I never really understood points in games because I always kind of played a lot of games where points, like a high score was not the goal. Oh, we just broke this level.
what?
Yeah!
We are now gods?
I am a god!
Yoshi's more powerful than ever before.
Set a course to outer space now,
flying
flying higher than ever before.
Luigi.
Go Luigi, go Luigi!
For people,
Luigi in space.
subscribe to hear more covers of obscure Power Rangers songs because the other ones are obscure just because they're not Go-Go Power Rangers. Alright, I'm gonna do some farming.
Well, just make sure you get the cape feather. So hit the left side first to get the mushrooms to be big, and then get the cape feather on the right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna let it fall.
Touched by greatness.
One day.
One day, Dave will figure out how to get on Yoshi.
But today was that day, and now I have the other cape feather.
Yeah, so holding the B button as you fall slows your descent nicely.
Okay, so it... Alright. So
yeah,
when
so
I...
Donut Plains 4. You know, it seems funny that... Oh, grab that, grab that. You let it go.
Oh, sorry. What does that do?
That's the god shell, basically. Where, okay, so the color determines it, what Yoshi power you get, right?
Yeah.
But that shell was flickering all the colors, so you have all the powers. So you had flight from the blue shell, you had flame breath from the red shell. You're super dead.
Yeah.
You had the, like, ground pound ability from the yellow shell.
And you...
Alright, time to take on the god shell.
Time to take on the god shell.
Alright, so you just wait for him to get in. Ah, and you don't do that. No? Damn it. It's after me! Dave, it's after me! God shell! Oh yeah, so this ground pound ability basically makes it so you don't even have to land on enemies to defeat them. You just have to land near them. Flying hammer, brother.
Yes, Yoshi. Don't digest it.
He was about to digest it, so I had to let it go. Flame breath. The flame breath is like the most momentary. So these are like the Goombas of this game. They look different though.
I am God.
Luigi is a true god of the Mario world.
Luigi was in all the edutainment games for a reason. To show people the true religion of Luigi.
I know there's a lot of Luigi fans out there. Like, they admire his underdog status.
Genuinely, I always thought Luigi was kind of cooler just because he was taller. Don't screw this up. You screwed it up.
Yeah, I screwed up. Nope. I've done better. Because there's a certain moment where the collision on the boxes doesn't seem to work. So there's the castle and, of course, the Donut Plains levels we haven't done. Are you ready for the castle, Dave?
Probably not. But
at least you're honest with us.
Look, I'm not.
Honesty is the best policy.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like blame the game for how bad I suck. This is a game I'm not that 100% familiar with. Playing on an SNES controller by the time I did play it, so there are a lot of excuses here. But at the same time, the game's good. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, like. You think back to like when you're a kid and you're playing this game, and you're just happy that you get anywhere. Because I remember this was one of the first games, maybe not the first game that I ever beat, but one of the first games that I remember finishing, and it kind of like this was the first game where I took note of it that there are credits at the end of this game, and I remember going up to my mom and being like, "Look, Mom, there's credits at the end of this game, just like a movie." Why did you run right into the thwomp?
I didn't know that would happen. I just thought I could bounce over it.
No, man, he's covered in spikes. He's a thwomp.
Fair enough.
I like that when you get near them, like, they look stoic when you're from a distance, and then when you get near them, they raise an eyebrow. They're like, are you coming near me? And then they get all mad and they come down.
They're just,
So this is a little tricky, going up this tower section.
Okay, I kind of get the general gist here.
Yeah, just everything's moving back and forth.
Alright. Okay. So, yeah, it's a little tricky, but it's not really... It's Mega Man tricky, so...
Sounds like my area of expertise. Careful now. Good job.
But now, like, it's a little bit odd, but, you know, once you kind of get the rhythm of it down.
There was definitely a time in my life where I was all about, like, the maximum hardness of a game.
Dude, we all have that phase. Like, look, you hear about I want to be a guy, and then you try to be the guy, and then it's like, what the hell?
It was somewhere in there where I accepted Mega Man X6. You can kill those with a cape feather, by the way.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, well, not anymore, but...
Well,
it's Dry Bones!
I'm just gonna bounce.
This is Dry Bones.
Dude,
Dry Bones
does this somehow go... what's the trick here?
Jump off it. There you go.
Okay.
Dry Bones, it's how I feel at night ever since my girlfriend left me.
Alright. I got it. So... Okay, General, I'm not doing too badly, though. Thankfully, there is a way to farm some stuff. Got it.
Yeah, okay, be careful in this part.
I noticed.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's deadly, deadly death. But there's a safe spot. Yeah, like up there. You got this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Dry Bones are like... They were first introduced in Super Mario Bros. 3, I think. I can't remember if they were... I don't think they were in Mario 1. And they're a cool little staple that, like, the castle levels have harder versions of an established enemy.
Yeah.
Because Koopa Troopa are smart enough to turn around when they hit a ledge, unlike Goombas.
Alrighty, so...
Mario has such simple enemies, but they work. They work. Alright, you ready for this?
Oh, dang it.
You weren't ready for this?
I wasn't. I didn't know that would happen.
Well, they're spikes. Spikes are bad.
Spikes are bad.
They're not the one-hit death traps that they are in Mega Man, but still.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Just,
I tripped up there.
Yeah. I mean, you fell all the way down.
Yep, I did.
Okay.
Like I said, I think I did pretty well for the most part.
Time to get a little Luigi action on this castle.
Yep.
But there's going to be a point in this game, I think, where our paths are going to have to, like, diverge, and we're just going to see what happens then.
Yeah. Oh, God, horribly.
Because I'm going to go off to, like, crazy, like, space secret land.
And I'm just like...
And you're like, Hal, why did you leave me?
I'm gone in the past. I'm gonna take you back to the past to hopefully not get sued off my ass. Jeez.
Yeah.
No, this level was at least fun, I'll tell you that. Though, like I said...
So, yeah, you can defeat them like that, which really reduces their threat level quite a bit. Whoop!
So, that jumping trick, how does that work exactly?
You build up enough speed to run. Basically, when you see them put their arms out to the side, that means you've got enough speed.
Okay.
And then you just jump.
Alright, okay. So that's how...
You can't really do it too much in this sort of level. It's definitely like the wide open horizontal levels.
It's a trick that I just want to know to try out at some point when it feels more useful.
Oh yeah, this game has a lot of fun. Like, in my opinion, Super Mario Brothers games are always kind of about the fun of motion. And I feel like Super Mario 64 really, like, nails that home, where it's so much fun to run and jump around, and you have so many moves at your disposal. But even these, like, 2D games, it's just, like, it's fun to jump and to move and do all the different things.
Yeah, no, that's, well, like I said, Mario, I think, one of the reasons why I think Nintendo does a lot with Mario is often to just show you what you can do with a game, you know?
Yeah, Mario's been in so many different kinds of games. I was very impressed, you know. What? Uh-oh. Ah, see, I messed up too. I got overzealous.
You.
I sure did.
Well, I feel better about myself. Thank you for Thank you for the confidence boost. Well, I'm gonna do that as soon as I do the tradition.
Yes, this is going to be the tradition.
Tradition. Tradition. Alright. Cool.
Yeah, I feel a little stupid. I guess I kind of choked at that moment.
Well, I feel a lot better about myself now.
Yeah.
But
no, it happens to the best of us. Besides, we don't have a large enough fan base yet to tell us that we suck.
It's true. We just have John.
I am eagerly... The day that we get a dislike on a video is the day we know that we've become good enough.
No. It needs to be 50 dislikes.
Yeah, well, that's more likes than we've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was sitting there looking at our channel thinking about that. That the day we start getting dislikes is the day we become large enough that people actually care enough to dislike us.
Fair enough. Like, okay.
But that is not an excuse to start giving us random dislikes, those of you who already watch us. We want that to come out organically. Because we know that somewhere on YouTube there's the dislike squad. Just going around disliking even the best videos.
Well, it's kind of like this. You know, people like being contrarian to be contrarian sometimes.
Yeah, they really do.
Hell, I was like that for a long time, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah?
I
have a little bit of a hard time picturing that because, in my mind, you're a fairly positive individual.
I am, because I realize that being contrarian for no good reason is terrible, and it's okay to like things. Okay, I had different phases of cynicism, and and
we
I
have
might
much to talk about while you scale this tower.
Well, okay. So my first phase of cynicism was giving up on mainstream comics at one point.
Okay.
Which
well, what replaced them?
Indie comics about cancer.
What?
So at the time, I decided to try and only read comics that were critically acclaimed, independent. Basically, not the mainstream.
Okay.
At the time. And, it seemed like it was a good way of challenging what I read, but a lot of them were autobiographical in nature at the time. And so every time I was reading something, it was like always about the same things. Life
and death.
Life, death, and just
and rejection by your loved ones.
Basically.
That's a major part of life, right? It's a major part of my life.
It feels like it sometimes, but no, anyway, so I got into heavily indie comics for a while, and then, I also got into the angry video game nerd when I got into college.
Yeah. You saved, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me is that there was a point, definitely around high school, when I had discovered anime, and so I wanted everything to be, the most awesome, high-stakes, action-packed, whatever, because I was watching, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, and I had no time for shows where the fate of the universe was not at stake.
Yeah, no, theirs was that to an extent. Mine was quite the opposite. I was like, man, I'm reading basically the same shit. I gotta read, about life and dealing with issues.
That's interesting. I think it's both, an exploration of oneself as they grow older. Careful. Okay, just try to land. There you go. Alright, let's not, Alright. Defeat him, hit the block, get the feather, and you're about to fight the boss.
Yep.
So, his gimmick is you have to jump on his head before he goes up the pillars. Because once he does that, he's going to try to drop on you.
Okay.
Just like that.
Alright.
And it's the old Mario rule where everything takes 3 hits.
Oh, okay.
So, now if you can catch him, right around the middle, then you can probably get him. But he does have that earthquake effect where you can't move right after he lands.
But I did beat him.
You got him, yeah!
But...
Hooah!
Okay, I actually did it. So, high five!
Yeah!
I did it. So, I beat a boss.
You did it, yeah. You're getting better before our eyes.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm not...
So check this out. He just, thumps it down.
Anyway. So, like I said, I went through different cynical phases. After college, I also had a cynical phase where I just kind of cut out all my fun things, like RPGs, board gaming, and a bunch of other things. And then I kind of slowly wormed my way back in through the help of friends and everything. So, I had cynical phases. If...
yeah, no, I definitely understand that. So let's save. All right, Space Cadets, we have cleared another world.
I took up Luigi's sacrifice and finished the job.
I will fight on after my brother. All right, so we hope you will join us next time on Hal and Dave's Trip to Jupiter with more Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.